Greetings from Sikorsky Hearing Aid Center. So I wanted to talk to you about masks today, which probably raises a question in your mind. What does a hearing aid center need to tell us about masks? But let's face it, masks have become a daily part of our lives. Perhaps you're tired of hearing about masks. Everybody's searching for them. Some people haven't opened their sewing machine in a decade and are now becoming very well versed at making these little things, and we are blessed for all those doing that. This mask was made by me, for me by Catherine, who has done a great job getting this out to the public, and we appreciate it, but there is a problem. And that's why a hearing aid center is talking to you about that. And that is that people, unfortunately, are now losing hearing aids because of these little things. Sikorsky Hearing Aid Center has had our third patient, call and report a lost hearing aid this week. Across the nation, I belong to several professional pages on Facebook, and the numbers are quite astounding on how many people are losing them. So first thing I want to talk to you about is why I think that's happening. Number one, when a patient comes to me to get hearing aids for the first time, 20 years of experience tells me what I need to counsel them on, what they need to pay attention to when they take a hat off or a shirt off, how we should do that in a way that keeps the hearing aid on our ear. For those of you watching this that says, well, I don't wear hearing aids, please stick in because I have an important message for you as well. But for hearing aid wearers who have an in-the-ear custom hearing aid, we don't have to worry about it. Those types of hearing aids are not being pulled off the ear. But people who have hearing aids that go over the ear, many times you can't even see them. Most people don't even know I've ever had hearing aids, but these little guys wrap over the ear, which is where the masks are. The elastic of the mask is going right. And so what we're seeing happen is they put these masks on, and we get busy, we get going about our day and all that fun stuff. But so they give it a yank to pull it off, and you see it's hooked in the hearing aid, right? It's going to come with it. And sometimes what happens also is the hearing aid hangs on. So from the ear side that I pulled on, my hearing aid went flying. It's on my computer desk. But this one didn't. It stayed here, and I might not even realize it's not on my ear. Those of you who don't wear a hearing aid, these things are light. You don't feel them like you feel your glasses, but maybe you don't wear glasses and know what I'm talking about. But so this guy hanging here doesn't bother me until later in the day. I scratch my ear or something comes along, and it doesn't take much to knock it out, and so I lost it. So we want to get the message out. I personally want to get the message out to patients that there are things that you can do, but this is a serious problem, and hearing aids are too expensive for us not to be doing something new or preventing the loss of the product. So first, if you can try to get a non-elastic method to secure it, it's the best. Those that tie in the back. I've heard so many, or I've seen so many things about people trying to get their hands on elastic, and they become creative using little hair ties. But it really is best for hearing aid wearers not to have something that's secured on the ear. Rather, perhaps there are people who are making fabrics with buttons in the back, and it's actually secured on that. Would be second best. The tying ones are by far better. So for those of you who wear a hearing aid, please be careful removing them. For those of you watching this who know someone wearing this type of hearing aid, maybe they're not watching it, please tell them because they are at risk. 3 of our patients losing hearing aids because they've been wearing masks is too much. So please help me share this message to get it out. Point 2 of that I want to talk about is that a patient reached out to me and said, I'm having problems, and no one seems to notice or care how difficult masks are making daily communication. So I'm aware of it. Unfortunately, she's right. A lot of people don't understand it. So let's talk about the basic principles of science and how we hear speech. When I say sounds like those low frequencies travel through any medium, wood, water, metal, glass, you hear it. But consonants, those higher frequencies like s, sh, t, k, p, we get a lot of clarity of our speech. It's how we understand the words that people are talking about. It's why we mix up things like fifth and sixth when we have a hearing impairment. For those of you who are blessed with normal hearing, you don't mix those up. Some of you have mild hearing loss and don't even realize that your brain is compensating, and you didn't actually hear it as clearly. But when we put these masks on, we take away those sounds. They're there. Hopefully you've heard them. If you haven't, you get to call us and make an appointment, because you should have heard me say an S, F, and a P sound. But the problem is, if you have any slight hearing impairment at all, these soft sounds have gone away. And so what we're left with is our brain filling in the gaps and guessing. And that works for a lot of us, especially if your brain is young and healthy. But unfortunately, as you age, your brain adapts and gets used to filling in those blanks, guessing. It's what we do as kids when we're learning things. We guess at answers because we don't really know, right? But we do that when we get older. And sometimes we make a mistake, and sometimes those mistakes are funny, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're embarrassing. Sometimes they cause huge impacts to people financially or medically. So with this particular patient that reached out and out of frustration with all of her patients now wearing masks, is she's lost the ability to read lips. For those of you that think you don't read lips, let me tell you, everyone to a point reads lips. It's how we learn to speak. So to a point we all do. And there were masks that were developed with holes cut out, so people with severe hearing impairment, like this one particular patient, would be able to wear them, but we don't have access to them right now. They're out of stock. And so I'm asking all of you to have grace during this time and realize there are a whole bunch of people out there when you're wearing a mask that are going to start asking you to repeat. And it's very important that you don't simply speak louder when they ask you to repeat, because shouting doesn't make it any clearer. But speaking slowly helps substantially. It gives the time to fill in blanks for those critical S's and T's and P's that might be missed. So they're not going to hear it, but they're going to figure it out and keep up with you speaking. So during this time, if you are speaking to someone advising you on anything financially that could have a significant impact to your life, your bottom line, or healthcare related, please understand that you may be speaking to someone who cannot hear you, and they need you to speak slowly. Again, we ask you to have grace, and if you have questions, know that we at Sikorsky Hearing Aid Center are here to answer those questions. Please give us a call. Our number is 715-939-1296. And if this message can save one person's hearing aids from being lost, that's worth it. So please share. God bless.